What's going on, YouTube, and welcome to a very interesting game. A few days ago, I uploaded the Legend of F2F to my YouTube channel. A YouTuber who is way more popular than I am, named Wellen, who plays Rust and Escape from Tarkov and a bunch of other games that I don't really get into. He does excellent narrations, narrated the Legend of F2F, who's an Age of Empires 2 legend who has a very interesting style. F2F is a noob player who will always build a forward lumber camp as Turks and then build a little sneaky base and surprise the opponent. And MBL watched that video on his stream, and then everyone, including me, was like, come on, MBL, try it. And so he picked Turks in a rated game against a player named Vanilla, who I think is someone Smurf, but I think the account's rated around 80th in the world. So he's not trying it against a noob. He's trying it against another high-level player. Now, this is the last YouTube upload I will have up on YouTube before Hidden Cup 3 hits. This is my last ask of you, YouTube, to consider stopping by to the live stream. I know a lot of you guys like to put me as 2 times speed. You think I talk too slow with my normal voice, or maybe you I don't know, just use me to nap. But whatever's going on in your life, if you have time, instead of waiting for the YouTube uploads, if you want to make the live stream and make some history with us, it'd be freaking awesome. 2 years ago, if I would have said that it was even possible to dream about possibly hitting 30,000 viewers on a stream, I would have said, yeah, you're crazy. But after hitting 6,000 live viewers in the finals of Hidden Cup 1, 17,000 viewers in the finals of Hidden Cup 2, and then recently we've had such big growth in the community that 30K might be possible. We might somehow reach some history. That would be really cool. So if it doesn't happen, I'm going to enjoy it nonetheless. But I just wanted to remind you guys one last time, it is happening soon. Now, kind of an embarrassing story to tell you about this. So I've been putting in a lot of time recording things. I have a lot of special filler content. I've been having phone calls with editors and just a bunch of things for Hidden Cup. And so my routine over the last week and a half has been to stream or do videos and edits. Then at night, to relax, because I had a really hard time relaxing, I'd make a nice bath. And I'm manly enough to say it's a bubble bath. And relax, you know? So I'm in the bathtub watching MBL's stream, and MBL starts playing this game. And the only way that I get recorded games now on DE, because Microsoft decided it wasn't a smart idea to add player profiles, is if I spectate the game live, or if I contact the player and ask them to send me the recorded game. Now, I kindly ask players for recorded games all the time. I will see a game, hear about a game, and say, hey, can I have that rec? And I'd say about maybe a tenth of the time I actually get the recorded game. And I love MBL like a brother, but he is one of the worst at responding to me. So I knew that in order to get this game, I would need to get out of the bathtub fast. So I jumped out of the bathtub before this game was near the end. Jumped out of the bathtub, ran down the hallway, and slipped, fell into the wall, got up, got on my PC, spectated the game so we'd have the file, and that's my embarrassing story. So, yeah. You're welcome, I guess. Didn't need to tell you that, but who would I be if I didn't embarrass myself on a daily basis? So, Vanilla, this is just perfect. It seems so scripted. He was a bit greedy, alright? I'd say the meta for a Turks War is probably to go for scouts, but it's the 7th minute, and he's at 20 population, and he has not found MBL yet. So he pushed in a ton of deer for food, and now look. What? I was in the bath, but I could have swore that he lost his scout to the town center. Okay, well, it must have been a very distracting bath. I thought he was going to lose his scout to the town center, YouTube. Oh my god. Well, what's MBL doing? This scout has not been lost. Like, this scout is huge here, right? Because Blue might be assuming that MBL is going to go scout, and if MBL is going to go for the sneaky F2F strategy, Blue could easily scout it if the scout's alive. What was I thinking? Blue does see that MBL's villager doesn't have loom if he checked. MBL's not on the way to feudal age. We told him, wall your base, go full wall, forward 4 villager lumber camp, fast castle castle drop. Now, Blue is doing the right thing. If you see your opponent has not researched loom, that is a free Vil snipe right there. And Vanilla gets a beautiful snipe. So that's a free Vil kill. Maybe this is what I was thinking of. It was last week, so I kind of forget. He doesn't see the villagers going to the north. Now, it's going to be tough for MBL. There's 3 stones here. It's the main stone for MBL, the secondary stone, and then one of the stones for Vanilla. So it's not an easy spot. Ah, there it is. Now Blue loses his scout. Yeah, so getting a castle up is not going to be easy for MBL. Especially because we're talking about a very talented player he's up against. So Vanilla gets the Vil snipe. He's making the stable. And the only thing that he saw was that MBL was full walling his base. What did he not scout? This area. The villagers are walking around. Pretty crazy, right? Super risky from MBL to stay in Dark Age. But Blue realizes this. The best way to counter a straight fast castle if you're going scouts is to go scouts, but then build a bunch of towers to break in through the walls. So this is the perfect spot. I'd say the next best spot would be anywhere that might range berries in a wood line, so maybe here, but that doesn't exactly allow him to break in. So he's going to build his tower here. The whole purpose of this is if you don't have anything ranged, then your opponent's going to be able to just wall behind. If it was just scouts attacking the wall, MBL would build more walls casually with 1 Vil. He's also sending this scout around to see if he can break in. Again, this is solid play. MBL does still have a gap here. MBL must have saw the scout or something. Oh, he's walling. If he didn't spot the scout, he could lose another villager. Yeah, this is a great play from Vanilla. Vanilla already has a villager lead. Well, not really, but he will because MBL's TC is idle at the moment. I believe that villager should go down if Vanilla plays this correctly. He didn't really micro, but yeah, gets the Vil snipe and leaves. MBL's lost 2 villagers, and he's still in Dark Age. This should never work. But F2F, if you remember the episode, if you didn't watch it, then just pause this video and go find it right now. He never had good economy. He never had economy that was even close to his opponent. It was the surprise factor that worked for him. MBL's resources are at the top right. He's hoping to have the resources to go immediately to Castle Age after the fact. He is now fully walled. And Blue wants to break in further. And MBL doesn't have army to stop this. He can only place 1 tower. And so he wants to go Market, Blacksmith, Fast Castle. Again, this is what F2F would do. And he is now building the Blacksmith. He just wants to wall in front of the town center. I don't know about this Blacksmith, though. I think the Blacksmith... Yeah, he deletes that. It was... The villagers are within the tower's range. And so he's using some stone here. Look what Blue's scouting. His scouting is actually quite good. He sees that MBL does not have stones in his base. He sees that MBL... Well, first off, he has a big score lead too, so that'll give him confidence. He's maybe thinking that MBL is going Fast Castle into Archers. Something crazy like that. Now, Turks have pretty poor monks. It is very uncommon to see someone go for a monk siege push. So what's crazy about the F2F strategy is that forward siege is not... Like, forward siege workshop monastery is not really a thing with Turks. Especially in the Turks war, too, because what's the counter to monk siege? It's light cav. And you get the light cav upgrade for free. So Blue is actually doing fine. The only thing I'd say, 600 wood in the bank, that's not good. He should have pulled 5 farmers, or 5 lumberjacks and built farms. That food count should be way higher for him. But just north of his base, there are 4 villagers, the F2F villagers chopping away, and he doesn't have a clue. MBL bought some stone so he could build a tower, just trying to keep the scouts out. He is on his way to the Castle Age. This is the Vil lead I mentioned that Blue would have. His macro really has not been good, and he probably shouldn't have created an extra scout or 2. Maybe just one. Like, obviously, he had to create one to snipe the Vil. Maybe 1 or 2, but 4 total? Not so sure. He's 14 on food. MBL's eco is so weak. He only has 4 on food, but he's gonna make it to the castle age. And now this villager's walking over this way. Hey, if your opponent plays passive, if they have everything in their base, you need to punish them, YouTube. And that's what the towers do. Deny wood lines, deny stones, deny golds for later. Only MBL doesn't have everything in his base. He doesn't have everything in his base. And there's the forward siege workshop, and there's the forward monastery. The F2F. The only difference here is that MBL does not have a safe stone, but we'll cut him some slack because blue towered in the perfect spot. And blue is a high level player. Now, also F2F would always, he would always use his scout to see what was going on. So MBL broke his scout out, rewalled, and is now looking and thinking, what do I do? Now, what I like about this, MBL had to adapt a little bit. He realizes that this vanilla guy is Turks, and that the vanilla guy, who still hasn't clicked up to Castle Age, by the way, really late, he is probably going to make scouts to react to this if he knows about it. And MBL, he wants the forward town center. Now, F2F would just build it in the corner, and then he'd show up with a castle later, but MBL had to improvise because he didn't have access to stone. Vanilla has no clue, and surprise! Suddenly, there's a Mangonel attacking, and he was just about to transition into archers, and now he's like, wait, what do I do? What do I do? And MBL says, oh, thank you very much. I'm going to take your stone. I hope you don't mind. So Blue's reaction should probably be to send these scouts back. Create more, send the scouts back, and then they will be light cav when he is in Castle Age, and he is on the way now. And then light cav should take out the mangoes and then any monks, but that's why MBL added some spears. Turks don't get pike, but Blue is in full panic mode. The F2F strategy, MBL was like, it's working! It's like, what? It actually works? Blue doesn't know what to do. He thought, oh, okay, I have to attack this with Vils so I can get the tower up. And the light cav, the one light cav, the starting scout is being healed by the monk, just like F2F would. It's incredible. And it even converts a villager. And now that villager can repair the siege. Meanwhile, MBL is on stone, so eventually he's thinking forward castle. Keep an eye on the stone at the top. Blue is about to arrive in Castle Age. I really think he should have sent these scouts back, because he maybe could swoop in now, but he wants to go for some type of a raid. And MBL has added another town center here. Now it's 33 villagers versus 41. MBL actually has the economy lead, which is crazy. I think Vanilla has just been completely blindsided by all this. He doesn't know how to react. He doesn't know what to do. I mean, this tower is wonderful. I love how he stonewalled it in. He has towers denying golds and stones everywhere. Wood lines. And MBL, the boomer, and the cockroach, as I call him, he's so good at awkward situations. So good at making it awkward for you. He never dies. What a strat. So I think, again, Turk monks aren't great. I think they get redemption, though, so you could go for your own Mangonels. Use the light cav against any monks. That way, if redemption does get researched, you don't have to worry there. And then, oh, Mangonel micro. Yeah, I think it's the play. Just light cav Mangonel and proper micro. Remember MBL, he will only have spears as a buffer, but watch this, watch this. Light cav dive in, whoop, into the town center I go. This is why you build a forward TC. Now he's out of the TC with the monk so he can heal the spearman. Oh, whoop! Poor Vanilla. Oh, he lost 2 light cav to that, man. Now, you can see the eco upgrades. Here's another thing. MBL doesn't have wheelbarrow, but considering the Vil difference, which you can see at the top, they both only have horse collar and double vid axe, so their economy upgrades are the same. And now there's a forward castle for MBL. An amazing micro from MBL. Just like F2F, he's making daddy proud here. Vanilla probably cannot believe his luck. First, he got MBL in a rated game. And then this strategy is up against him. A slightly adapted version, slightly altered version of the F2F strat. I don't know why the light cav decided to stop. Can MBL keep this Magano alive? I think he should be able to. Yeah, he will keep that Magano alive. More light cav come in. There's an attack round from MBL. He just needs to finish the castle. Good repairs could keep that Magano up, but doesn't matter for him. The light cav are going down to the town center anyways. The castle will complete. Blue has 1 military remaining, and the F2F strategy works at a high level. Now, I'm slacking. It is super late, and Hidden Cup is getting close. So I couldn't find the area on MBL's Twitch where he was talking about it, but I pride myself in doing a decent MBL impression. He was like, "The strategy actually works. It's unbelievable." He's like, "What? It actually works. I can't believe it." So, just to talk about what Blue did wrong here, he lost his scout. He sniped a villager, and then he didn't see the 4 important villagers. So often, high-level players show you the importance of having or not having a scout, and we saw that here. F2F, in that video, which I will link in the description if you haven't seen it, he was a noob player who would fall 30 villagers behind and surprise someone because at low levels, people don't scout, and frequently they do lose their scouts, which they did in that episode. Unbelievable. I remember I told the hopping out of the bathtub story. Well, I didn't hop out of the bathtub when the game started because I thought there was no way it could work, especially because a week before I lost to this Vanilla guy. And now I'm sitting here. Vanilla had a bad game, okay, guys? He had a bad game. Now I'm sitting here like, oh god, like I just lost to a guy who lost this? What? You know? But yeah, I just can't help but smile at F2F strategy getting used at a high level. I hope F2F is out there watching, and I hope he's pleased as well. I actually decided, I think I can just close this. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. So we can see the achievements for now. Hidden Cup 3, I'll have fancy overlays for all this. But 17 kills and 5 deaths. MBL had a whole lot of gold collected. He had less stone collected, but he just ended up buying the stone that he would need to build that castle. Vanilla's castle time is probably what lost him the game if we're not talking about the scouting. 41% of the map explored when you did go scouts in Feudal Age is pretty bad. Had he spotted the villagers, I think he wins hands down. But if you go for 21 pop scouts and you have a 22-minute castle age, that's going to hurt. I think you need to be more around 20 or 21 minutes. You needed more farms when I mentioned it. There was a point where he had 10 on food, and then he had 600 wood. And at this level, you've got to see that, and you've got to build 5 or 6 farms immediately so you can get that food count up and use that wood properly. But I'm glad he didn't, though. I'm really glad he didn't, because we got to see Vanilla punished by the F2F strategy. Well, guys, thank you for watching. It's very possible that people are going to be watching this in the future. You might be watching this in year 2050. I don't know if YouTube still exists. But if you are one of my regulars who watches virtually every upload, I'm asking you to show up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Hidden Cup 3. It will be tremendous. Even if you don't want to show up to be entertained and see what it's all about, then there will be giveaways. So you can get some free stuff, okay? The guessing competitions, various giveaways of items and gift cards and more, okay? Thank you for the love. Speaking in advance to my future self, the work's going to pay off, man. I have put hundreds of hours, maybe close to 200 hours of offline work into Hidden Cup 3, and it's all going to go down over 4 days. The link for the Twitch stream is in the video description. We'll be starting each day at 14 GMT and 10 a.m. Eastern. And we'll have reruns for people who miss it and live in different time zones and might not want to stay up all night or wake up super early for it. Love you, YouTube. Love the Legend of F2F, and I'll see you soon.